What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Another episode of Make the Right Play. As always, I got the coach on my left here. I got your Bowie behind the camera, making everything sound good for us, making everything work for us. Shout out your Bowie and your Bowie media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. It's becoming harder to say that each week. What the hell's wrong with me? Guys, we got quite an episode here for you. So much to talk about, things that the media isn't going to talk to you about, things that if you turn on the news, they're going to brush over. Not give the attention that it deserves. We're going to talk about things tonight that, you may not even realize is happening in your country right now. And we're going to talk about Coach's conversion to communism. I mean, there's a lot of crazy things that are going to happen tonight and throughout tonight's show. We're going to talk a little Bad Bunny, little Super Bowl action. We got a ton of fun stuff to talk about there. And Coach, let's throw it over to you, my communist. How you feeling, Coach?
I'm feeling great, but I'm not becoming a communist. It's just that I'm not an ass kisser. I have my brain. So when I think that somebody's doing something wrong, I'm not going to be like, oh, Donald Trump is so great. He's doing such a great job. No, Donald Trump is in a slump, okay?
Is in a slump, Coach.
Yes, Donald Trump is in a slump.
His hitting is bad right now, you're saying?
He's sucking lately. That's what he's doing.
He's sucking at the plate,
I'm telling you, he's becoming 80 years old soon, right? It's going to be his birthday. He's becoming 80, and the 80s is a selfish spirit. Once people get into their 80s, they change.
The 80s is a selfish spirit,
yes.
The coach says. Well, we're going to talk about it, right? Because there's a lot of things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Epstein Files being the number one thing, which is crazy to think about. We had such a huge hearing today with Pam Bondi. They brought it to her. Pam Bondi looked like a total asshole today. I mean, I don't know if you got to watch much of the hearing.
I watched some, but Carlos, you know what? If you watch it on the right news, she's a hero. If you watch it on the left news, she's a dope. I am so tired of the division in this country. That's why they're able to eat children and get away with it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that, Coach, because I know we got some exciting things that we want to talk about that could be in the works. Because you're so fired up about this issue.
I'm very fired up about it.
Yeah, every right to be fired up about it. Every right to be fired up about it. You should be fired up. I think anybody with a brain would be fired up, I would think.
Anybody with a sense of humanity
would
be
that's
like,
a good
you
word
know
for
what?
it. Sense of humanity.
My American brothers and sisters, whether we don't agree politically, I think we should all agree, unless you're a Satan worshiper, that eating children is a bad thing.
Yeah. I agree.
That's something we should all agree on.
Yeah, I think saying, if you're a sicko, I can't even imagine, right? So you live in this country, you live in the United States of America, where you feel like you can accomplish anything, right? As an American, and in this country, you're brought up with the belief that you're in the best country in the world, and then things like this come out that you're just sick to your stomach. It really makes you just sick, and you read some of these files, and you just want to throw up.
Carlos,
I mean, I'm reading some of these things, and I just want to vomit.
Let's play video number 19, because this is exactly how I've been feeling.
Video number 19. All right, let's take a look.
Epstein Files have been released. All of y'all are acting fucking normal. Epstein Files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. The Epstein Files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal.
They really concentrated.
All of y'all are acting normal.
They might not lost their goddamn mind.
Fucking airport is acting normal.
Everybody's calling.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait, don't say nothing.
Because the Epstein Files, what I'm reading, and everybody in this room can read. If you go to Google right now, everybody in this room can read. They are eating babies. They are trafficking children. And if you think for a second any fucking thing in your life matters, you are on the fucking wrong side of this. You are on the fucking wrong.
Coach, you're not on the wrong side of history, Coach.
I got to tell you, Carlos, when I see that man, I really think if I was in that airport, I probably would have joined with him.
You'd be going crazy?
I would be like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I would probably try to give him a hug. I don't know if he would take the hug or if he would try to smack me. But honestly, I have to tell you, that's how I felt this weekend. I was at a volleyball tournament, okay? It's just like being at an ice riot in Minneapolis.
Oh, God.
All you hear is whistles, wee, 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 the whole freaking volleyball tournament. Wee, wee, wee.
Like,
and then I'm thinking, we're so broke.
protest
We're
in
so broke.
Minneapolis.
How the hell could we be so broke? And all these parents have so much money to waste on volleyball. I'm like, this is bullshit. We're not so broke in this country, I have to be honest with you. Because there would not be so many people doing nothing but spending 6 hours in the volleyball tournament. So I'm sitting there.
If everybody was strapped.
Listen, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I felt like that man.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? They're eating children, and I'm just sitting here like an a-hole.
Yeah.
And the whistles are going off, and it's just, I don't know. That's how I felt. That's how I felt this weekend. I felt just like that man.
Wow. Well, I mean, Coach, what would you even be doing? Like, so I know we're gonna get to your big event that you're trying to put on, but I'm we're in a situation, right, where we're doing this show every week. We're trying to educate people on what's really going on.
Natasha agrees that Trump was in the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think with the Epstein situation, yeah, I agree. The thing with the Epstein situation, right, is this is probably one of the most, I would say, top 3 horrific things in human history. Would you say the Epstein Files and Epstein Island? And
Carlos,
I think it's top 3 for sure, maybe top 4 in the history of humanity.
I would say number 1 in the United States are the Epstein Files.
Yes,
for the most disgusting thing ever.
In U.S. history,
you know
for
what it
sure,
is?
by far.
You know what it is? Because these disgusting people have been out there throughout time. And I know that I think my priests noticed that I've been a little upset.
The Satanists, you mean, have been out there forever.
Yeah, they've been here. Why? What did I say?
No, that's why I'm clarifying.
Okay.
I'm clarifying.
So the thing is I think my priest noticed that I'm a little stressed lately. So,
the priest noticed because you were sitting in the front row of daily mass, and he's like, "Well, man, she looks rough."
I don't know. So I think he just noticed. So he goes, or maybe he notices everybody's stressed out. Like we're all on edge right now. And he goes, "I want everybody to know there is evil in this world. There has always been evil in this world." And what you need to do is focus on your relationship with God. That's all you can do. And
you were like, "Fuck that." Wrong.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah, look at that, Coach.
That is kind of like how I felt. I knew what you was feeling. I don't want to just take it sitting down anymore.
I knew. It was like, fuck that. You're fucking wrong. How about that?
But why can't we do something about it?
Let's indoctrinate the parents in the church.
But then I was like, no. So then Father Red, I don't like to say the name. So then Friday, another priest goes, well, he's on, and he goes, the news has been so terrible lately. I watch YouTube and I put on cooking shows.
Oh, okay. Cooking shows on YouTube. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to get away from it a little bit.
Well, then I start thinking about the cooking.
And you're pissed off about the cooking?
The murdered chefs. No, I'm thinking about the murdered chefs.
What murdered chefs?
Carlos, remember the one guy killed himself, the famous chef. But then you had Obama's chef mysteriously died.
Oh, in Martha's Vineyard when they killed him off?
They
killed that guy off, though, in Martha's Vineyard.
I'm telling you, I think these chefs were preparing some dishes that they needed to be silenced about.
Coach.
That's just, all I'm saying is, but
the secret life.
It's like, it's so hard to see or feel happiness when there's so much injustice going on, and the Department of Justice, they're not questioning anybody. They're not, I want to see them take people in for questioning. I don't care if you don't have evidence. How many people, they don't have any evidence, but they take them in for questioning, like freaking Savannah Guthrie's mother who was kidnapped, and they brought that
delivery guy that they tried to hose.
Where was the evidence? But they brought his ass in for questioning, right?
Yeah, the poor delivery man.
Think about it.
It's true.
Think about it, right? They
fucking
had no
threw him right
to
under the
but
bus.
They could bring him. Oh, I'm sorry. Your name is Carlos. You're Mexican, and I think you did a delivery to Savannah. But somebody could be on an email. Hey, how was that pizza last night? Oh, did you eat the beef jerky? All these disgusting
grape soda.
Well, I didn't say.
You said that last week. The grape soda.
But it's like, and that it's like, oh no, I'm sorry.
The worst one was the pacifier one. That was the worst email.
You saw that
I
one?
read that one today. I was reading through some of the files.
That's the one I didn't want to talk about.
That was the worst one by far, I think. The worst
that's
one
the
I think I've
one.
read so far.
I really didn't want that in your head.
Hey, Coach, listen. I
Because you're
was
still my son.
I'm reading the files. I'm reading through it, and you're just and some of the things you're reading that people not only are doing, but then putting it in writing, like owning it, being like, yeah, like I'm gonna email my buddies about the like I can't even believe it. Like it makes you sick to your stomach thinking about that people are actually writing
Starving babies so that they get better blowjobs.
Yeah.
That's
And playing the mother's voice.
I'm sorry. Oh God, you
That
read
was
that
what it
part
was,
too?
playing the mother's voice. Oh, we learned that if you play the mother's voice, that the baby's gonna suck on the pacifier. I literally
This was in the Epstein
just like,
Files.
holy
That's
shit.
what put me over the edge.
Yeah, that
That's
was
what
just
put
like,
me
oh my
over
God.
the edge. That I said,
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I was reading.
well, that's when
was
I
rattled.
said, that's it. I need to have a march to D.C.
So, Coach, yeah, let's talk about it, right? So you knew just the other night, you were like, we're gonna have an ICE style march. We're gonna beat up federal officers, right?
No,
that's what you were thinking.
Actually, not.
We're
You know
gonna
what I was
assault
thinking?
police, burn
No.
down some small businesses.
No, not at all. I'm thinking that what we're going to do is we're going to battle these satanic forces,
Yeah.
and the country's going to come together with an overwhelming amount of love,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all going to get together and say, you don't get to kill babies. You don't get to molest babies.
What is that? No, Coach, you're 100%
You
right.
don't get to not get justice.
Yeah.
Listen, if we're gonna go after the bad hombres and ICE
There's
is
a lot
getting
of bad
rid of the
hombres.
criminal illegals, I say we arrest the criminal billionaires too.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm done. So I did something I never thought I would do in a million years.
I know you did. I know you
Today,
did. Tell
I
them what you
filled
did.
out permit forms because I want every American to join together
Yep.
and go to Washington, D.C. We're going to go to the Department of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all of us. This isn't any celebrities. This isn't a paid protester, grassroots. And we are going to the Department of Justice and demand justice
Yeah.
and that they better arrest these billionaires because we are not going to take it. I'm telling
Totally.
you, Carlos, if they don't start arresting people, it's going to get so ugly in this country. And I think people are going to start to take the law into their own hands.
Really? Okay,
I
so you're thinking
absolutely do.
we're gonna like dwarf those George Floyd riots. You're thinking.
No.
People are gonna get so
We're
fired
gonna
up.
march peacefully and demand
No,
justice.
I'm not saying your protest. I'm saying like if we don't do something about it and let's say people don't get arrested, do you think it's gonna get really that much more intense?
I think
You think on a larger
people,
scale?
It's going to be, remember that guy Mangione in New York where he just shot the CEO of United Healthcare?
Right in the street.
I think people are going to go to the houses. I think people are going to go and they are going to be murdered in the streets because we're going to say, you don't arrest billionaires.
Just start killing billionaires
You
off.
don't
You're
arrest
thinking.
billionaires. So guess what? We have to take the law into our own hands because you're
Batman.
not giving out
Batman
justice.
style. Yeah. No, Coach, listen.
See, look, Natasha agrees.
I think
yeah,
I
Tony
think
Bourdain, he killed himself.
that's her hero.
Who's?
That's
oh, okay.
Zoe's hero. No, I agree with you, Coach. I agree with you. I think this is a situation that you have to have justice. You have to have
Yes.
justice. You have to bring people in. And the evidence is there, right? You can't. It's impossible to make the argument saying that we don't have any evidence to at least bring somebody in to question them about their behaviors because it's all there. I mean, these are files that they used to put Jeffrey Epstein away, but that doesn't mean like you can't reapply this evidence elsewhere. That doesn't just that you need to go rediscover everything that you have in discovery here. You can use that to then go and indict other people and use it as evidence or create probable cause to therefore start following somebody and investigating. Right? Dad made a great point today when he was talking about Al Capone. They got Al Capone on tax evasion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
They didn't get him on other things. They got him on tax evasion.
We have to play the reason why this is not happening. Here you go. Number 13, your buoy, please.
Here we go.
This is why.
This is where we get comrade.
The reality is the Trump administration is not releasing the information. And I got yelled at by the president over this. This is why he called me a traitor. He called me a traitor because I would not take my name off the discharge petition, because I stood firmly and said, no, we're going to release the Epstein files. I'm standing with women who were raped as teenagers. I'm not standing with the government. I don't support the cover up of all of this stuff, whatever it may be. And the president got mad at me, and he told me, and I've said this multiple times, he told me his friends would get hurt. And that's what he told me. And then we're seeing a continued slow walk and cover up of a lot of this information. And I know that is why. I firmly believe that that's why it is being covered up.
Yeah.
How can I support that? I'm sorry, and you know I'm a Trump supporter. I can't support that. I'm sorry, I cannot support that. When you are not bringing justice and you're like, no, my friends will get in trouble. So we have a two-tier justice system in this country. The poor people, the people named Carlos doing food deliveries are getting their houses raided. But you could be a billionaire eating a baby, and it's like, listen, that's my friend. I'm sorry, I don't want to have my friends get hurt. Bullshit.
It's bad luck.
Bullshit. I know I'm not supposed to curse, but I'm sorry.
Bad look.
I'm cursing tonight. I'm cursing tonight because that's not the worst thing in this country.
Coach.
I'm pissed.
She's fired up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm freaking
She's fired up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
To go have a march in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how angry
wired.
I am.
You're wired.
I am not. I can't just not do anything.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think things need to happen, right? We need to get out there. We need to let people know, let the justice system know, let Bondi, Cash Patel. You have to tell these people, like, we got to do something about this. We have to do something about this. These people cannot go untouched, where it's like, we're going to murder children, right? The one of the sickest videos I've ever watched, and we have it here if we really want to show it. I really don't think we do. But the video of Peter Nugent being like, oh, the best thing you could do is buy female eggs. If you buy female eggs from 16 to 18-year-old girls and buy their aborted babies and buy their period blood and all this stuff, it's so good for you, nutrients, and it'll save your life, and people need to. It's just sick the way these people are thinking. Like, it's so disgusting.
That would be video number 22. His ass went to jail because I don't think he was friends with Trump.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look here.
For it. Let's bid. I bid $500 for you. I'm prepared to outbid him anyway. Whatever I bid, he's going to outbid me. I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. Yeah. If you have abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. Yeah. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody, Him. And it's life for George Bush. No, the best eggs are 16 to 18 years old. Those are the best eggs.
16 to 18-year-olds.
Your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So
I think they're hard.
You may not be our top candidate.
No, that's fine. I think that was my business anyway.
Look at that vampire.
Yeah.
Look at that vampire.
It's pure disgusting. It's pure disgusting. Now, so I see Bill Benny in the chat, right? So he goes, so you're taking her word for it. Come on, Lisanne. She could say anything that she wants. There's no proof. If Trump's friends would have been hurt, or wouldn't Obama or Biden release them? Now, here's what I have to say about that. I don't think that Trump is one of the people in the Epstein files that were eating the babies, that were doing all these horrific things. I don't think that.
Yeah.
And I think that you're 100% right that if he was one of those people, that Biden or Obama or one of those deep staters on the left-hand side of the aisle would have acted on it. Now, as far as, Trump's friends and things, a lot of these people are in the same circles.
They're in his administration.
And in his administration, but those billionaires, the Bill Gates, the Mark Zuckerbergs, a lot of these people that are frequent visitors, the Robert Krafts, right? The Giants owner, Stephen Tisch, a lot of these people that are in the Epstein files are in these big donor circles. And I think that it would be worse, right? I mean, Bill Clinton is all over the Epstein files. He's all over them. Like he can't get enough. There's pictures of him in the tub with teenage girls.
All right, hold on. I have to say this. Bill Benny, look into this. Les Wexner, former Victoria's Secret owner, okay? In the Trump, working with Trump. I think he's in his administration, okay?
Yeah.
He was a co-conspirator with Epstein. It's in the Epstein Files. They were co-conspirators.
Yeah.
He has to be taken in for questioning. I'm sorry.
He should be fired. He should be fired.
He should be fired.
The Brits are firing people from their parliament.
But he should at least be going in for questioning. I mean, come on! You don't just get a free pass because you're Les, you're my friend. I don't want you to have to be arrested. He was a co-conspirator with Epstein, and you know what's the most important thing for everybody to be thinking about tonight? Do you think it stopped when Jeffrey Epstein killed himself or disappeared? Do you think these people all of a sudden said, "Oh, I have a conscience. I'm going to stop being a disgusting kid"? Or do you think there's a new leader of the pack that we don't know about yet, and they're continuing to do their disgusting deeds? Think about it.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely there's probably people continuing to do the same thing. I don't think that all of a sudden sex trafficking and like there's still thousands of missing children out there. Thousands of missing children.
Let's go to video number 7. This was a shocker to me.
It hides in plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, no legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
Just right there. They knew what he was doing. They knew what he was doing for years. For years, they knew what he was doing. Listen, it's not propaganda. It's not. Listen, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two things together, right? I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene was the biggest Trump supporter there was. She had the MAGA hat on all the time. She was in it to win it for Trump, and then she was the #1 person pushing to release the Epstein Files. Trump and her had a private meeting. Things didn't go well in that meeting. She resigns her seat from Congress. He attacks her on Truth Social, and that's the end of that relationship. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to put that thing together. They obviously had a disagreement about how to handle the Epstein Files. Remember, Pam Bondi went on Fox and Friends. She went on Jesse Waters. Excuse me. She went on Jesse Waters' show. She said that she had a list of the clientele of all the people in the Epstein Files. That list never came out. Then they released all these files. All the names are redacted. Right, all the names and these big names that are in these files that they released, these millions of files, all these big names are still redacted. Yet the victims' names are released. I mean, listen, it's not really propaganda; it's just common sense. But you know me, like I'm not like saying like I don't think I think that this is a situation where there's a lot of people in the world that need to be held accountable, but they're just so influential in the way things are flowing right now in the world, where then you're looking at a complete collapse. And I think at this point we just need a complete collapse. And I think I do think that Trump's under the gun. Like, it's like, are we going to completely collapse everything? And Coach, you're one of the people that are like, yeah, completely collapse everything, but put these people in jail. And I think he's at a point where it's like, all right, like I have to decide if we're going to completely collapse the world structure, or are we just going to, can continue to move. So that's the situation that I'm seeing presented as why there hasn't been more accountability held. I don't think it's because Trump is this awful human being, because he called the police and was an FBI informant against Epstein in 2006. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He never wanted to deal with Epstein again. Like, he was obviously at opposite ends of Epstein. We talked about it last week, how Epstein and Wolf had emails back and forth of how to try to frame Trump for things to get him to not be able to run for president again. So obviously Epstein and Trump are not as connected as the liberal media and those they'll make you out to seem. Because they really aren't. But I do think that Trump has contacts and connections and friends that obviously are friends with Epstein and went to the island and visited. And I think it just, Trump is in a very tough spot. But at some point, you got to do the right thing and just say, listen, I know I'm in a tough spot, but we have to go after these people, because you can't reward that type of behavior. And you can't make these people out to be these untouchable humans that they can never be, touched.
I'm sorry, Bill. I do not give a shit about anything more than people who eat children and who molest children having to pay for their crime. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta pay.
I'm sorry. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and our God is a God of justice. So I'm sorry, but to me, the most important thing is that we live in a country with justice and that we do the right thing. And when we hear that there's a billionaire cabal and a boys club that likes to go and sleep with underage girls and have women have babies so that they can cook and eat the babies, I'm sorry, I have to say they need to go. You do the crime, you do the time. Okay?
Yeah,
you do the crime, you do the time.
You gotta pay.
It shouldn't be just poor people going to jail. This is hideous. Let's do number 11, because I know this is what Bill's talking about.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Well, the billionaires, we don't want to piss off the billionaires because we need to make sure that the Dow is okay. Because you know what will happen? I'm sure they're probably threatening the Trump economy and saying, you start arresting us,
Well, that's the
there are
thing.
going to be
That's-
some
yeah.
consequences.
That's the
so
thing.
she's like, ignore the dead children, ignore the dead girls. The Dow's doing
Yeah,
great.
and you can't ignore it. And Tadare, obviously, I don't think you really listened to what I was saying literally 5 minutes ago. We're in a situation, right, where you have to make the decision that, like, yeah, we're gonna have to topple the economy, we're gonna have to topple the world stage. Like, when you go after these people, all these people are world leaders, right? World leaders, world influencers. Like, these are massive people. These aren't just like some punk, right? So you have to go and take these people down. And, you just have to make the decision and say, yeah, like, we're going to have to, topple the economy. We're going to have to topple everything. And then you're going to get the libs who are going to be like, oh, like, look how bad the economy is now. Look how they're like, they're always going to
they'll
bitch.
use that
They're
too.
always going to bitch. Right. And that's just something you're always going to have to deal with. But I think you're right. And I think I'm right. Like, you have to at some point say, all right, like, these people got to be held accountable, right? Like, these massive influences in the world have to be held accountable. And that's just the truth. And as far as random people, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a random person. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been a massive influence in the political scheme since 2015. Like, she's been very big. So we can't say Marjorie Taylor Greene is just some random person.
Listen,
I mean, come on, guys.
Also, compare
what are we
the
talking
notes.
about?
Compare the notes. You read the Epstein Files. This isn't just a random person. It's right out of the horse's mouth, the disgusting things that are going on.
Right, yeah, correct.
And then you look at what they released with WikiLeaks,
Yeah.
right? When Julian Assange, and that came from Podesta's laptop, it's all a lie. It's all made up. They're the same. Everything's the same. How's that possible?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the satanic rituals that they say, oh, that's just, we're just doing a joke. It's just a joke. No, you don't have matching notes about doing disgusting things unless you're doing disgusting things. And these people need to be taken in for questioning, and we need to not have a two-tier justice system in this country. We need to say we are a respectable country. We protect our children, and you are going to pay. We find out you're molesting and eating children, fine.
Yeah, you have to draw the line there. It's just something that you just can't do. And people
are losing it.
And I felt like it was a little bit of a slap in the face too, because when I was watching the hearing today with Pam Bondi, when I was watching the hearing today, it almost like it just seemed very disrespectful and disingenuous when she was like, oh, like, if you have something to say, the FBI wants to hear from you. Like, when she was talking to the victims, and it's like, like they shouldn't have to go out of their way. Like you should be, you know, working with them hand in hand. Like it should be like a working, like we're going to work with you and make sure that we, you know, put you first and we take care of the people that assaulted you and attacked you. Like it shouldn't be like, oh, come to us. Like if you want to say anything, like they've obviously been trying to come to you, but it's just been so brushed under the rug. Like it seemed very, very disingenuous today when I was listening to the hearing. And obviously she was prepped to try to go and attack these Democrat representatives, and Jim Jordan kissed her ass left and right cheek, as I expected it to be. But I mean, it just, I don't know. When I watched that hearing today, you could just see that there was just so much disingenuine towards this Epstein situation, and enough is enough. Like we have to go after these people. These people cannot just get away with being this awful. It just can't happen.
Let's go to video 14, your buoy, please.
Document in the Epstein Files, and it relates to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. There are allegations that young girls were in fact buried on one of his properties, or even lists of videos. Could that be investigated at this stage?
That could absolutely be investigated. There is no statute of limitations on that. And then also, if they have testimony or some type of witness saying that that is where they were killed, they can then go out and do a search and potentially find a body. It's going to be difficult years later to prove something like sexual assault, but if you can find the evidence that somebody was killed, that's totally different. And again, there's no statute of limitations. But see, this is also, Catherine, why you don't just say, oh, that crime that person committed is dropped off. We're not going to investigate that any further. Because you never know who these loop back around to. Because if this was a society of people abusing women, then, and some of them died, you really don't know who was connected to them. So that's, and who has knowledge of that. So that's why you would continue to look into all these different subjects.
Exactly. Bring them in for questioning. I'm sorry, but these people need to start feeling the pressure of them having to pay for their crimes too. Let's go to number 15, please, you buoy.
You know, here's the point. This is bringing down the British government. It may bring down the British monarchy. It's bringing down countries and the elites across the country. What are we doing here in the United States to stand up to the Epstein class? I mean, we've got a commerce secretary who's all over the Epstein files. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage at the billionaires in Silicon Valley, in finance, in Hollywood, they're going to Epstein's Island? We need moral accountability in the United States, just like they're having in so many other countries around the world.
Bill, but nobody's disagreeing with you, dude. I mean, I see, you know, this all started way before Trump was ever president, when Epstein was murdered and they claimed it was suicide. Go back to then. Nobody's disagreeing. They should go back to then, but that's Trump's job now. That's Trump's job. That's what we're trying to say. I don't think Trump is on the Epstein list. Obviously, if he was one awful person, but he has to go and get these people that are. And that's the point. Like, you have to investigate this. Clearly, it wasn't suicide. Where did that investigation go?
Excuse me.
Like, I think you have to go after these people.
For this job? Didn't he ask for this job and say multiple times while he was campaigning for president that he was going to release the Epstein files? So didn't he ask for this job when he was running for president and say, oh, we're going to release the Epstein files? What, so we can watch this? Or so that there would be justice?
Yeah, I mean, we released the Epstein files.
He knew what he was getting himself into as being president.
You have to get some justice. You really do.
Let's just release it, but, you know, who cares? No, at first he tried to say, oh, it's all a hoax, it's all a hoax. And I think he was really talking about himself because he's such a narcissist that everything revolves around him. It's all a hoax because he thinks it's about him. No, there are actually bad things that have happened, and you had to know when you took this job that you were going to have to, no pun intended, look for the buried bodies, right?
Yeah, you have to go after these people.
You have to see where the bodies are buried.
Yeah, true.
Now, honestly, like, he took the job. So let's go to number 12, your buoy, please.
Several members of the British political class, the royal family, have lost their positions as a result of them appearing in the Epstein files. That same level of penalty has not happened here in the United States, particularly with members of the Trump cabinet, Howard Lutnick in particular. Do you think there should be more scrutiny around Americans who have appeared in the Epstein files?
Well, look, I think it's going to be, ultimately what happens there is probably going to be up to the American people. And
what I've been for, and I've been very clear about this from the outset, is full disclosure. Get the information out there. Let's have transparency, and I think that's being done. And so, for people whose names appear, or in some context might be in the Epstein files, they're going to have to answer the questions around that, and I think the American people are going to have to make judgments about whether or not they think those answers are sufficient.
That's the whole point. They have to answer questions about that. Where is the questioning?
Yeah.
How come they're not questioning Bill Barr? He's all over this. How come they're not questioning Mike Pompeo, that when Julian Assange released this, that he went and put a hit on Julian Assange, Mike Pompeo?
Yeah.
How come they're not being brought in for
WikiLeaks
questioning?
guy.
Because it's CIA? So it's like, oh, if you're in the CIA and you kill people, that's okay. You're in the CIA and you know this is going on and you don't do anything, you turn a blind eye, right? You think that's right? Bill Barr was the Attorney General. He's supposed to be the head guy in justice.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but for me, because I want to go to heaven, like that's a lot more important to me than, the U.S. government. I have to be honest with you, the most important thing, and I love this country. I love this country. But the most important thing to me is to know that I'm serving God. And while I'm here, I have to be saying, when I see an injustice, because the Democrats, their hands are so dirty. Their hands are written all over this. But it's Trump's job to do the right thing and have to question his friends and arrest his friends.
You have to.
They didn't care. I'm not going to compare myself to the demonic Democrats.
Nobody's saying that he's not releasing them. Nobody's
and
saying
not all
that.
demonic Democrats.
Obviously, they are releasing them, right? Like they're releasing the files. But what the point is releasing the files isn't enough. You can't just release the files and say, all right, we released the files, thanks for playing. Like, that can't be the answer. Like, it has to be, all right, we released the files and holy shit, like people are eating kids. We have to put them in jail.
They have to pay.
That's it, man. Like, why is this like such a hard thing to grasp? I don't understand. Like, you're releasing the files. Yes, he did what he promised. He released the files. So here's the files. We got the files.
Only half of them.
And now they're eating the kids.
Only half of them.
Now they're eating the kids. So it's like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here?
Well,
we have to go after these people.
Your buoy. Let's go to number 10.
Sir, how are you? Sir, I've got to ask you, listen, sir, you built your entire career. You built your entire career on spirituality. What do you have to say about your actions with Epstein? Any regrets? You have any regrets? I said, do you have any regrets about your relationship with Epstein? What's that? You want me to decide?
Let's talk about fun stuff like the Patriots.
The Patriots. The Patriots.
Who's going to win?
The Seahawks are going to win. Listen, Mr. Chopra, I'm just doing my job. You know that, right?
I congratulate you. You're not doing good work.
Well, I'm told I do good work, and I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being hostile, but
that's good.
This is important topic.
It'll all come to light. So.
It'll all come to light. Look, is there anything that you can tell me here and now to at least start to put this to bed?
No misconduct. Okay?
There's no misconduct. Zero.
Says no misconduct, coach. I had to look up who this guy was because I didn't even know who this dude is. Yeah, he's big time.
Chopra is famous.
Big time,
and the thing is that, do you see the way he was approached at that airport? I'm telling you right now, if Trump doesn't do the right thing and start bringing people in for questioning and start getting to the bottom of this, next time Deepak might run into somebody like the man at the Atlanta airport and be like, crazed and could attack him.
Yeah.
And be like, well, I know the Justice Department isn't going to do anything, so now I'm going to kill you.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
This is what happens in a country. Like, when you don't have elections that you know you can count on, guess what happens?
Right.
A civil war could break out. Like, the elections are supposed to be because the people make a choice. If you have a two-tier justice system where only poor people get arrested, but if you're part of the ruling global cabal, we don't even ask you questions. You don't even come down to, downtown for questioning.
Right.
I'm sorry. That is going to start a huge problem. And as a leader, you have to make the tough decisions. And like God says, be strong and courageous. And
Yeah.
Trump needs to be strong and courageous, and I'm sorry, but I know he's worried about the economy, and I know he's worried about what impact this is going to have, but I feel that allowing evil
about
that's
the
right
Jews.
in our face, allowing evil that is right in our face to continue is going to bring us down a worse path.
Yeah.
Because it's still going on. Believe me, it is still going on. It's not like it just stopped with Epstein.
No, it didn't just stop with Epstein, but it's just, you know, I think.
And it's gonna, and you know, the mainstream media doesn't want to cover it. Why do you think the mainstream media really doesn't want to cover it?
That's coming, Bill.
What?
No, he said we're way deeper in the weeds than he is on it.
Oh my gosh, Bill, let me tell you something. I found out, let me tell you a story, Bill, because you're gonna appreciate this. So I found out about a lot of this, like last Thursday, Friday, right? So we have to drive to Montgomery, Alabama. Let's just say me and Montgomery, Alabama, the vibes don't mix, all right? So we finally get there after a long drive. It's Olivia's volleyball tournament. It's late Friday night. And I'm like, finally, I can relax. All of a sudden, the things that were happening on Epstein Island, once they go in your head, that's why I didn't want Carlos to know about the infant pacifiers. Once they go in your head, it's hard to get it out of your head.
Yeah.
So I start crying. I'm crying. I'm so upset. I'm like, and then Scott's like, what's wrong? So then I said, let's play video 21. And I'm like, oh, this is just so beautiful.
Al mio mistero è chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò, quando la
So I start crying, and I'm listening to this music, and I'm like, there's still beautiful things in this world.
Yeah.
There's still beautiful things in this world. And I go, you know what? Maybe the Italians are onto something. Because the Italian people, I once heard a comedian say, he said, the Italian people sing to the moon, while the United States wants to get to the moon. Like, there's a difference. The Italian people know how to love life, right?
Right.
So then I start sending Carlos multiple, because I said, this is what I want on the show.
About 30 different videos of opera singing.
That's how I got over it, honestly. What's the other clip?
It was unbelievable.
I think you had
I
one
did.
more.
I have a little montage, clip 8.
All right, clip 8.
Yeah, a little montage of some of the different ones that you sent me.
il mio bacio scioglierò il silenzio e ti fa
This was one of my favorites when I was a little kid. No.
What are your thoughts, Coach?
Well, I even sent them to your brother, too. I'm like, he must be thinking I'm crazy because of the hour difference. He was getting it like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, Gabriel, what'd you say?
Coach, the craziness wasn't that much different from the hour time difference. But I mean, it was very, very, very touching.
But
very touching.
Like sometimes it's like the world that's so ugly can get stuck in your head that you need to like look for beautiful things
Yeah.
and say, you know what, this is proof that God is here, because look at the way how beautiful this music
I
is.
dream of going to the Italian opera like in Pretty Woman.
It's true. Like, look at how we bring the Italians into it. We're happy and smiling again.
The Italians know how to do it. They're doing a great job at the Olympics.
on the Epstein list, that's for sure.
Nope.
They're
No,
not
because we don't
part of
fuck
the
around with
demonic
that.
cult of
We-
Europe.
We just run the mob and behind the scenes. You saw we blew up a truck the other day. Did you see that?
Well, listen, I don't care if they
on the
blew
streets,
up a
they blew
truck.
up a truck. Hey, but
They're good people.
No, yeah. Listen, I think that I think there are still beautiful things in this world, and I think that you still have to find the beauty, and there's beauty in everything. There's beauty in culture, there's beauty in food, there's beauty in music, and we saw that. Coach, what'd you think of that halftime show getting to the Super Bowl a little bit? I know you were fired up. There was a lot of mixed messages from the halftime show. Coach, what'd you think about that halftime show with your boy?
Best halftime show
Bad Bunny,
ever
Bad
in
Bunny.
the history of the Super Bowl. I loved it
History
so
in the
much.
Super Bowl.
First of all, that's my album. So last year when I had surgery and I had to sit on the couch, when the
months on end?
album first dropped, it dropped, and
Yeah.
I said, and then I heard, Nueva York, dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh my God! And then I sent it to my cousins. I said, oh my God, you have to listen to this song. I was like, you ain't Puerto Rican if you don't like this song.
You ain't
And
Puerto
all my
Rican if you don't like this song.
And that was my song the whole year. So even when we were watching so then, oh my gosh. So I'm looking forward to this halftime show for months. For months.
You're fired up. You were fired up from the
For
announcement date.
months, okay? I'm in the car coming home from Montgomery, Alabama.
Watch it on the phone.
And I had to watch it on a tiny phone coming back from that volleyball tournament. And I even went to Olivia's team. I said, girls, you got to win because I need to get home to watch the halftime show. I did. I was like, I want to go
You
see
gotta
Bad
win.
Bunny.
Move.
They win, but in volleyball, they make you ref. So they won the game.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, we have to ref the next game. And I was like, so there I
That
am,
wasn't
I'm
right,
watching it,
Coach.
right? And I can't see anything, especially without my glasses, but I'm still enjoying it. And even Olivia's like, oh, we hear that song all the time in the car, because I love that Nueva York. I play it all the time.
Yeah, you love Nueva York.
I have to be honest with you.
It's a good song.
It felt, because I watched it 100 times the next day.
Right.
I have to admit. I watched it like a ton of times on the TikTok. And I'm like, it was so nice for the first time in my life. I'm 52. For the first time in my life to see my people, my culture in mainstream America. That's never happened. That's never happened ever.
Yeah.
And I'm mixed. My mother's Puerto Rican, and I grew up with my mother's side of the family a lot. I visited with my dad's side once in a while. But to see Puerto Rico represented with the piragua truck and the dancing, and then the wedding. Oh, I love that wedding scene. Oh my gosh, with the salsa and the dancing. And my favorite part of the wedding scene was when they cut the cake, right? They finally cut the cake, and you see the kids sleeping, and Bad Bunny has to wake up the kid, because that's how every Puerto Rican party is.
Yeah.
Every Puerto Rican party, they will not cut the cake until you're a kid, you're asleep, because it's like 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So when he woke up that little kid, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so real.
It was quite the display of the Puerto Rican culture. I honestly, in my opinion, I thought the halftime show was good. I liked it. I like Bad Bunny's music. I mean, I know everybody, I couldn't understand it. It's in Spanish. Why is it in Spanish? I didn't understand it. I really thought it was great. I thought the music was great, the rhythm, the vibes. I thought the energy was really good. I liked it a lot. And to be honest, in my opinion, and a lot of Republicans are going to disagree with me. They're going to be like, "What's up with you? What's up with that?" And listen, I personally think that the Turning Point USA halftime show was a huge mistake. And the reason why it's a huge mistake is if media's like CNN and MSNBC and CBS, like they're gonna put out divisive stuff, right, to try to divide us. You can't then feed into that energy and then now do divisive stuff to continue that division.
Yeah.
We have to be unified. And one thing that unifies this country is football, right? American football, it's only for us. It's only in this country. It's something we enjoy as a nation together. There was 150 million people watched the Super Bowl. You know, like that's something that brings us together. We all take Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We have parties. People are together, drinking, having a good time. I do believe that Super Bowl Monday should be a federal holiday, but so be it. But I mean, like it's a big American thing. And I think as the president and the Republican Party should have been like, you know what? We're going to watch the Super Bowl halftime show together. We're going to be unified as a country. I personally think that should have been the message. And I didn't like that Turning Point USA. I don't think that Turning Point USA would have done it if Charlie Kirk was still alive.
If Charlie Kirk was alive, I don't
think that would have happened if Charlie Kirk was still alive. But, you know, now we have Erica Kirk, murderer. But I mean,
murderer. According to Candace,
I think
she needs to be questioned too.
Candace Owens is going hard at Erica Kirk. She is bringing it, man. If you want good reality TV, soap opera style, please tune into Candace Owens. It is unbelievable watches. It is just those episodes are getting crazier by the episode that it goes. It's wild. It's must-see TV right now. But I mean, you know, the Super Bowl is something that brings us all together. And I really think that they should have encouraged that everybody tune in, watch it together. You know, if you don't like it, so be it. But there's plenty of halftime shows that I don't like. I mean, you know, like they have so many different artists that I think stink that go into the halftime show. When they bring a Taylor Swift out, that's when I'll get into it. I'm all fired up for that.
Listen, one
Shout
of
out
the
T
things
Swift.
that I have to say that really bothered me is that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
It is part of the United States, 100%.
My grandfather served in World War II.
100%.
My uncles were in World War II. It wasn't, and you know, when Puerto Rico was first taken over as a colony, they taught them all English.
Yeah.
That's why they were able to serve in World War II so well. So guess what the United States did in 1949 after the end of World War II? They reinstated Spanish back into that island, back in the schools. So for 2-3 generations, they were all speaking English in the schools.
Yeah.
But by 1949, they decided, oh, you know what? We're going to let them go back to Spanish, put Spanish back. And I really feel, and I have to say, I think it's racism or prejudice, is because they didn't like that the Puerto Ricans assimilated so well during World War II. It's like you
so
could,
well in American culture.
They assimilate, and then they started coming, the mass migration, and they knew English, and they were like, we need to like put a stamp without putting a stamp.
Yeah.
And then you have Bad Bunny, he can't speak Spanish, he can't speak English. Believe me, the Spanish-speaking people couldn't understand him either.
Right.
You know how many people were like, he doesn't even speak Spanish. I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah.
You just got to take in the vibe, baby.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
it's about.
I honestly, I think it's like,
Come on.
it's just, you know, you have to embrace everybody and embrace, you know, the American exceptionalism. I mean, it's just, the Super Bowl is something that's for all of us. And it's something that brings us all together. We watch it every year. You should have just watched it. I think Turning Point USA was completely wrong. I don't think that, you go and make a separate halftime show for BS. Like, it's just, you know, you just don't do that.
Yeah, that's so divisive.
So, you know, I definitely, I was like, I wasn't in on that. I was very happy watching the Bad Bunny, and I thought Bad Bunny did a great job. I enjoyed the halftime show a lot.
And it had a very good message. Like, it's not like he showed up
I
wearing
would
a
agree.
dress, being
I would agree with
demonic. Like, everybody kept saying he's going to be wearing a dress. It's going to be a demonic show. It was such a wonderful show. The people get married. Then you see the family sitting there watching the TV. He gives the kid the Grammys.
Right.
He says, God bless America. And let me tell you, Trump was right to rename Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America.
Oh,
okay?
wow, Coach.
He was right after watching the halftime
Wow.
show. Gulf of America, baby.
Wow.
Trump was right about that.
Statement, Coach. Statement.
Well, it's true, right? He's like, God bless America. Yeah, Gulf of America. Makes sense.
Wow.
Right?
How about
but
that?
because Trump did it, they can't agree with it. But if Bad Bunny would have renamed it, they would have said Bad Bunny's right.
Great idea. Great idea. Yeah. Well, that's just normal. That's anything that you know. But no, I listen. I thought it was great, and you know, I was happy. I was happy with the Super Bowl. And next year is gonna be a little interesting. Super Bowl Sunday is also Valentine's Day, and then President's Day is on the 15th.
That's not gonna be good.
It's gonna be a little tough. It's gonna be a little tough, gentlemen. Shout out the gentlemen out there. We're gonna be in one on the 14th. But yeah, we will have Super Bowl Monday off, so maybe the Super Bowl parties next year will be wild. What do you guys think about the supposed translations of what he was singing and how vulgar supposedly the word was?
It was wrong translation.
Well, this is what I'm going to say about this. I don't care that, you know, oh, he had a song like, oh, it was, you know, having multiple girlfriends or sleeping with multiple women and stuff like that. I don't care, because that's what all the music is right now. So you can't be like, oh, well, Bad Bunny's music had bad messages. All this new music now has bad messages. You
Like
listen
what?
to anything for Kendrick Lamar, Drake, 21 Savage. You listen to, any artist. Talk about Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter's message is all about having sex with guys. That's literally all of her songs. Her album cover is a guy holding her on a leash. Come on, what are we talking about, guys?
But in the actual words that he was singing,
her actual words that he was singing was bad.
No,
It's very regular
Carlos,
music.
no.
It's very regular music, but it's in Spanish.
Would you stop interrupting me when I translated it? From the music that he was singing, it wasn't all the bad words that may be in his normal songs. Like, you know how that girl, I don't remember her name, would sing wet ass
No, but
pussy?
it's not about the word itself. It's about the message that the songs are singing. That's what people are complaining about.
Girlfriends.
But
So
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what the music is today. The music today is that's what it is.
I'm not getting married. I have girlfriends here. I have girlfriends there. I have girlfriends everywhere. I'm not getting married. But if I do, I'll invite you to the wedding. That's what he says in the song.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you
Like-
can't bitch about the message, but then have the exact same messages displayed in American music today. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't bitch and then but be like, oh, but I like this song and I like this song that because it's an American artist. Like it's crap. It's just all crap. They'll always find some reason to bitch. There's always a reason for people to complain. So that's just what it is.
Well, you know what? There was some people who loved it. Let's go to video number 3.
All right, let's go to video number 3.
Novia, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, que sonríen las que ya les metí en un VIP.
Now that's how you do it, baby.
That's how you do it,
Join
Coach.
the party. Pick up the vibe. Those old people were like, and that man, there were like 3 or 4 different women, and that one man with the.
How about the guy with the bunny hat on? That he was like, the bunny hat. He was loving it. He was loving it. But yeah, Coach, listen, I think you got to find some things that unify the country. It is important to find things that do bring us together. And one of these things that should bring us together, you have to go after these people, on the Epstein list. You got to get some justice for those people. You got to watch the Super Bowl as a country. You can't divide people in the Super Bowl. And now we got Olympic hockey starting tomorrow. Fired up for Olympic hockey. Coach doesn't care about that, but shout out Team USA starting tomorrow. I'm representing the country. I'm fired up. I think this is the year Team USA wins the gold. I'm super fired up for the Olympics. I'm fired up for Olympic hockey. I love watching the Olympics. I will say, the one thing I really love about this team is how passionate they are to represent the country. Because obviously last week we had the Olympic ski team like bitching saying, oh, I don't really like representing the U.S. right now. I kind of hate it. One person switched his nationality to Great Britain and is now representing Great Britain. Like you had like some really scumbag athletes going to the Olympics for the U.S. And then the Olympic hockey team shows up and they're all about the pride. They're about representing the country, representing the people that are here, how much of an honor it is to wear the flag and wear the colors. And let's go to clip 23 really quick, Yabui. I just want to show Brady because Brady got me fired up. I'm ready for this team. We're winning the gold.
Tom Brady, another Brady.
No, Brady Kachuk. Shout out Brady Kachuk. Let's go, baby.
So, this is being able to represent the U.S. at this stage in the Olympics is one of the greatest honors that I've ever had. So, I'm truly grateful to be here representing the red, white, and blue. I think
Representing the red, white, and blue. That's what it's all about, baby. Representing this country. So I'm fired up. I'm excited for the team. They start tomorrow against Latvia. And we're ready, baby. It's our year. Our year. I'm ready for the gold. Shout out Team USA. Let's go. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Coach, what do you got? Anything else you want to touch on really badly?
No. If I get my permits approved, then I'll give everybody an update. But right now, I applied for February 24th.
Yeah, so we'll let you guys know what the dates are looking like. I hope it's not February 24th because then I can't be there. But we'll let you guys know what the dates are looking like for that March. We'll get the information out to you. Once we do get the information out, we get a set date. We figure out when we're going to do this because we are planning on doing this. This is something that we're very passionate about. We want to do this. We want to bring justice to these people.
The people.
We the people,
March.
right?
It's
we the
not
people.
Republican.
Exactly.
It's not Democrat. It's
all
us
united.
Agree.
It's us
Right.
united. It's
This is
us
something
being
we
unified.
all- let me tell you, it's going to scare the shit out of the elitists.
Right.
If we all came together
Yeah.
and stopped fighting, oh my gosh, they would they would be really nervous.
100%. This is about unifying the country, guys, for something that, you know, we can all agree that's wrong. Right? It's wrong. We got to get these people justice. Like, there needs to be justice for these horrible things. Like, you can't just get away with this. So we will get the dates out to you. We'll get the information out to you. And once we do, once everything is set, it's going to be on you guys to help us out, right? We need you guys to share it, get it in as many groups as you can, get it out there, let people know what's going on, because this is a huge thing, right? We have to hold these people accountable. We have to be on the right side of history on this one, right, guys? So we got to work together and like I said, unify Republicans and Democrats, liberals, conservatives, communists, and capitalists. Like, we got to be together. So, you know, like we got to get on board for this, right? So, you know, this is our time. Right? This is our time to be unified. We had the Super Bowl. Let's be unified at the Super Bowl. We have this. We got to be unified here. And we got to be unified rooting for the country, right? Team USA. Shout out USA.
And let's pray that if Trump gets the message that he's not going to be able to do a Jedi mind trick and distract us with something else. And we say, listen, I'm sorry, this you cannot.
Name it the U.S. United March. Yeah, we the people, right, Coach? That's what you want to name it?
We the people.
We the people. So the We the People March, right? That's what I think that's what we're going to go with.
We the people march for justice.
March for justice, right?
Because we're not going to have a two-tier justice system. It's going to be we the people march, and we're going to demand justice.
Right, demand justice. But like, you know, like we said, we're coming together, right? This is all of us. This isn't, you know, one group paying for everything. This isn't paid protesting bullshit. This isn't like, you know, like we're not. This is us coming together about what's right. Right? That's what it's about. So when we set the date and we get everything figured out, we'll get it out to you guys, push it out, send it to as many people as you can. We got to work together. We got to do this right. And let's come together as a country, man. Let's get it done. I think this is something that this could be, you know, life-changing. So, you know, let's be on the right side here and let's do it together, all right? Because, you know, this country is the greatest country in the world and we got to do the right thing.
Yeah, we're not going to let those satanic forces take over our country.
Right. Exactly.
We're done with that.
We can't. Right? Let's get back to the things that matter. Okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a really active chat tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat with us and getting active. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting to hang out with you guys and chat it out. Appreciate everybody tuning in on X, tuning in on YouTube. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are hitting that share button on Rumble. Those who are watching on Rumble, make sure you hit that like button, hit that follow button. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. If you guys are first-time listeners, first-time hanging out with us, our social media platforms are right down there below. Make sure you're following us. Follow us on Facebook. We got a Facebook page. Make sure you follow us there too. So you're getting all of our content. That's where we'll put out all the information, right? Our social media pages are going to be huge to get that information out to you guys about what's going on with this march. So make sure you guys are following us on all of our platforms so we can get that info out to you guys and you could share it.
God willing,
get to as many people as you can go as we can. Well, you put the permit for 20 million people, so we'll see.
That's
They're going to think we're showing up with a fucking army. But, you know, so let's see what happens. But make sure you guys are following us and making sure you're liking and sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, and we're on Amazon Music. So if you guys are Prime members, you're on Amazon Music, follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify too. Make sure you guys are going and following those pages as well and listening to us when you're on the go, driving, wherever. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight and tuning in. Same time, same place next week. It's going to be a great, great show. We'll have some more updates for you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday next week. Yeah, you're right. Shout out Ash Wednesday. So all you Catholics, make sure you guys are getting to church, getting those ashes, baby. Get to church. Lent's coming. Lent's coming. It's a great time to get back into it. So we appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Coach, any final words before we tune out?
Just have a great evening, and don't read the Epstein Files, but just know it's terrible.
Don't read the Epstein Files, but yeah, it's awful. And go Team USA. Make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow, baby. 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. Let's go USA, baby. It's our year. Let's go get that gold. See you guys next time. Have a great weekend, everybody.